here we are, ready to get started. For supplies, I'm using a few different sizes of brushes. I have a small one, like a 1 or a 2 round, and then I have a slightly larger one, a 4. You could use a 6 for some of the bigger parts. And for paint, I have a brown, and I have a couple shades of green. This is a perylene green, and this is a deep sap green. And for the brown, it's just kind of any brown that you want. And then I also have a little neutral tint to add to it for the shadows. And then you also will need, I've already done this, but sketch out the tree, and I just used a few different resources for that. And last, I went in with some masking fluid. I really like this Winsor & Newton brand, and I just did a few little dots, and the point of that is just to cover the white so that I can go in later and add some olives. All right, let's get started. Starting off with kind of a watery mix, so more water than paint, of my lightest value of green. And I'm going to just put some on in different places. It's kind of a background layer. And so I'm just applying that really loosely and kind of quickly. And I'm avoiding some of the branches. It's okay if you go over it a little bit, but I like a soft edge, so I rinse my brush off and get rid of the paint and then come back in just to soften that edge. Okay, now I'm going to add the trunk, and I'm using kind of a milk consistency mix of my brown paint. And I'm going to, on some of these curves, I want to leave a little bit of white. And I'm having the light come in from the right side, so there are going to be more shadows on the left side. Olive trees are known for their long lifespan, often living for hundreds to even thousands of years. They're among the slowest growing trees, but also the most fruitful. An olive tree represents strength and endurance. They have sturdy trunks and resilient branches and deep roots that help them tolerate weather changes, and they also help them resist pests and diseases, which is amazing. Olive trees promote healing. Olive oil contains an anti-inflammatory similar to ibuprofen, and olive leaves also possess antiviral, antibacterial, and antioxidant properties. Here, to add the shadow on the left side of the trunk, I mixed in a bit of neutral tint to my brown, and just adding it in a couple of places to give it more dimension. Okay, now I'm coming back in with the lighter brown, and I'm just going to add just a little bit of kind of like it's in the earth. And then I'm going to come back in with the green and just do some little flicks up. Okay, that is too dark. Soften those a little bit. All right, now I'm going to add some petals, and I'm using my lighter value of green first. And I'm just doing, you know, really slender little shapes like this. Olive leaves, they kind of go every direction. And so it's a little bit of a flick. And occasionally then I'm going to add in a little different color. With their long and slender leaves. Olive trees can grow 20 feet or more tall. In the spring, they produce small yellow or white flowers. And then when the blooms begin to fall, olives start to form. And although they're initially green, eventually the olives turn blue-black or dark green when fully ripe. In the Old Testament, the Hebrew word for olive trees appears 38 times, which is amazing. Genesis 9:12 through 16, the familiar story about Noah and the ark. It describes Noah sending out the dove, which finally returns with an olive leaf. The ancient world also used olive oil for anointing members of royalty. So olive oil has always been associated with royalty. In the New Testament, the Greek words for olive tree appear 18 times. And there isn't a tree more closely associated with the life and the ministry and work of Jesus than the olive tree. One of the names for Jesus is the Christ, and Christ means the anointed one, which is just really inspiring to connect the ancient practice of anointing royalty with Jesus as the anointed one. Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, which literally means olive press, where he was crushed like an olive, leading to his sacrifice. If you remember his anguish in the garden. And some of the oldest olive trees in the world still grow today in the Garden of Gethsemane on the Mount of Olives. And about 20 years ago, I was blessed enough to be able to be there and see some of these ancient olive trees, and just to imagine Jesus walking and praying there was such a gift. Now I'm going to add a few more darks to the trunk. Mixing some gouache with a bit of the green to get a very pale green, and then I'm going to go back in and add some lighter colors, lighter leaves in a few places. Like it got a little dark. Okay, the next step is I'm going to take off the masking fluid. If your finger's clean, then you can just rub it off. And now I'm going to come back with my small brush, and I'm going to add in some olive green color on these. And then I'm going to come along the bottom just to show a little bit of a shadow. Just like the trunk, I'm showing the shadow on the lower left and bottom side. And I think I'm going to go back in, and on the underneath some of the olives is just add a little bit more of the dark. So this is the perylene green, just to help them to stand out just a little bit more. I'm trying to have a light hand with this. I think I'm finished with this part, and now I'm going to switch gears and add the lettering. So a little trick you can do is to write out the font on your computer and print it off, or your iPad. And then I use my own hand lettering on top of it, but it helps a lot with spacing or kerning, and I do my own version of it, but it makes it you're a lot less likely to make a mistake, so it's really helpful. I use a light box that I bought online, and I like these. I think you pronounce it. It's Tombow Fudenosuke. I don't know, but this is what I use for smaller lettering like this. This lettering is from Psalm 52, verses 8 and 9. And it says, "But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the steadfast love of God forever and ever. I will thank you forever because you have done it. I will wait for your name, for it is good in the presence of the godly." And if you'd like to learn more about how to connect with God through art, you might be interested in my membership called The Creative Way. More details are in the description below. Thanks so much for watching.